I have a love-hate relationship with etching. I love the artsy atmosphere, the street performers, and all the shops dedicated to passions of mine like yo-yos and very woolly hats. I hate that a sandwich costs the same as a bicycle. But sadly, you can't have one without the other. Wherever there's a cool vibe, the expensive sandwich guys are sure to follow.
Students are reminded to be in two places at once. Frequently asked questions. Yes, we are testing you. Doctor, return to the hospital. Thank you.
You're listening to
Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio.
Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio. Today I balance two hats jauntily on my one singular head. My regular disc jockeying hat is joined by my occasional chef hat. Yes, I'll be taking you all over 2 Point County as I recount my latest culinary travels when I set out to find the finest foods our great county has to offer. Just a hungry man and his hatchback. It's a tale as old as time.
Frequently asked questions. No, you can't have an extension. announcement hitting the books doesn't mean what you think it means. The administrator is reminded to stay hydrated.
The culinary world is a lot like the real world. There are places, there are smells, there's a chance you'll get lost. After a series of wrong turns, now 60 miles off course, I was treated to the first food of my trip. A wondering puffed pastry and something I believe to be meat. The buttery sausage-style matter mingled playfully with hints of pine from my air freshener. It was unexpected. It was dangerous. It was cold in the middle.
Warning, stupid questions will make you look stupid. If you hear this, please drink some water. Thank you. Students are asked not to ask questions. students should pretend that they're listening.
If you ask me, Hogsport boasts the finest milkshakes in 2 Point County. At the Oily Cormorant, they'll serve you a traditional malt in an old leather boot and throw in a salt and vinegar egg. You just cannot beat it. Milkshakes are a great tradition. They're in our blood. In fact, I once received medical attention after enjoying a few dozen shakes and was told that my blood was over 60% ice cream. How we laughed.
If you don't know where your class is it really worth going? Frequently asked questions. No, I will not be your friend. The longer you've been revising. Students for countercultural studies.
You want to make stacks of easy cash, but reading about stocks is really boring. Invest in Bunglecoin. It's like other fictional cryptocurrency, but with 40% less saturated fat.
Welcome, new students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us. It's not your year, it's just another year. announcement. Plants need water, remember? Plagiarism is not a belief system.
Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio.
I'm a huge fan of Yeti cuisine. Yes, our neighbors to the north really know their way around a kitchen. From stews and pickles to 5-tiered sandwiches and, of course, their pies. Cold Hands make the boldest pastry, after all, and it is freezing up there. You really must try it. It's the food of the people, and those people are Yetis.
Students are reminded that you came here on purpose. Tuition fees are expensive, and education is priceless. Staff are reminded that dogs don't eat homework.
I was famished when I arrived at the Royal Tumble Hotel. So much so that I took advantage of my kitchenette and feasted greedily on some toast. When I returned from a walk, I was stunned to find that all Crumbridge had been decrumbled. The bed was made and the toilet spotless. Every sign of life had been washed away. You've got to ask yourself, had I really been staying here? Indeed, do I exist at all? Lovely stuff.
Frequently asked questions. No, your chicken should not be pink. Students are reminded that I'm not your mum. Students are reminded that there's no such thing as free time.
This trip was all about regional delights and cultural differences. One man's casual vol-au-vent is another's world-shattering epiphany. The people of Smogley have been crusting and dusting their fish for as long as anyone can remember. But at the recently opened What's the Batter, they use a unique cheesy gubbin crumb. Ho 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 ho! I can safely say that it was the cheesiest fish this DJ had ever eaten. That's a winner.
There's a fly in here. Tuition fees may be spent on administrative bonuses. This is a test announcement, not a real announcement.
I hope you enjoyed today's show as much as I enjoyed my trip around this wonderful, mysterious county of ours. But for now, all of this talk about food has made me hungry. So I'm off to the fridge to take out the first thing I find and cover it in mayonnaise. Until next time, I've been Ricky Hawthorne. Cheers!
Frequently asked questions. Your food is cold because the oven wasn't on. Students are reminded to find themselves. If it's not on your CV, it didn't happen. Not to me. Education is non-refundable. Students are reminded that this is the fun part.
Harrison Wolf on 2 Point Radio. It's Harrison Wolf going through the county's sock drawer on 2 Point Radio. I just had a very big sleep, so it's going to be a lively one.
University gives you a bright future and clouds it with debt. Students are reminded to set reminders. Unattended sandwiches will be eaten by me.
Live music is like fresh fruit and vegetables, man. It's better than the stuff in a can. And when the opportunity presents itself, you gotta cram as much of it in you as possible. That's just sensible, healthy living. You can't have too much of a good thing. That's why they call it a good thing. When I was young, I used to stand right next to the speakers and drink it in until I couldn't hear a thing. That's how I knew I was full.
Hard work may or may not pay off. Students are reminded to have the time of their lives. Talking on campus. Thank you.
Did you see those student protests at Mitten University the other day? It's all a little peaceful for my liking. Sure, I can respect the vibe, but sometimes you gotta ruffle some feathers. When I was at school, they took away mashed potato Tuesdays, so a few of us got into the school mascot's coop, and boy, did we ruffle that chicken. It was all friendly, of course, but they knew we meant business. Just some food for thought, my student comrades. Go get your mashed potatoes.
Staff are reminded to care about students. We are approaching the end of the academic year. Try not to worry. The academic year is now over. The summer is a good time to relax and prepare for next year. Results are in. Not bad, I suppose.
Hi, I'm Jumbo McNally, and at Jumbo University, every instructor is handpicked by someone that was handpicked by someone that I handpicked. That's the Jumbo Touch. Jumbo University, be your biggest self.
We're sorry for the litter that you... Oh, sorry, that's mine. Staff are reminded to be inspirational. Visitors should be checked in and then removed immediately.
How's it going? You're listening to 2 Point Radio, the most popular station in the greater 2 Point County area. Nice. We're serving more great radio with a side of insidious advertising right after this.
The timetable has now been published. Schedule your lives accordingly. Welcome, new students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us. Security breach. Please change your passwords. Sorry. Asked questions. No, I'm not seeing your frog.
As longtime listeners will know, I have a wide range of hobbies and interests, but jogging isn't one of them. I mean, think about it. Going around and around a track or a park in an endless, exhausting loop to feel satisfaction? If you ask me, it's just another trick that big business uses to train our brains into total subordination. I'm sitting down, man. There's no moving me.
Students are reminded that some grades are personal. Plagiarism is not a belief system. We're sorry for the litter that you... Oh, sorry, that's mine. Return to the hospital. Thank you.
Bungle gets a lot of praise in the press. I just don't think it's healthy for anything, to get talked about in such a positive light. It makes my eyebrows uncomfortable. Sure, they've been responsible for a lot of so-called technological advances, and some of you might love your automatic toilet paper dispensers, but I was doing just fine on the toilet. Thank you very much.
Distracted students should pretend that they're listening. Janitor required in lecture theatre.
All right, I am out of here. I hope you all have a righteous rest of your day and that the constant fear of alien abduction, natural disaster, and revolutionary upheaval doesn't stop you from having a fine and restful evening. Hopefully there's a next time.
Students are reminded to set reminders. Asked questions. No, your chicken should not be pink. Students are reminded to be in 2 places at once. Frequently asked questions. No, I've not seen your frog. Hitting the books doesn't mean what you think it means. stupid questions will make you look stupid. Students are reminded to find themselves.
Welcome in, it's DJ Shorts on Campus Radio, keeping it short and keeping it sweet. On today's show, I'll be telling you the 6 ways to get the most out of your winter coat. But first, let's cook up something tasty in the music microwave. If you cannot handle the heat, what are you doing in me kitchen? Let's go!
Administrator is reminded to stay hydrated. Tuition fees are expensive, and education is priceless. Frequently asked questions. Yes, we are testing you.
What is wrong with people? I saw this guy wearing a Bureaucrats t-shirt the other day. Man, great show, great show. So I go up to him and I say, "Meowser!" And he just stands there, staring at us. Like I'm the mad one? Listen, fella, if you didn't recognise a quote, let alone a classic from Season 2, Episode 12, The Admiral Fuzzy Knickers All-Nighter, then you didn't get to wear the T-shirt. Here's a song for people who do know their quotes.
Tuition fees may be spent on administrative bonuses. Students are reminded that you came here on purpose. It's almost the end of the academic year, in case you hadn't noticed. Staff are reminded to care about students. Summer break would be a convenient time for construction. The end of year results have been released. Luck won't help you now. The academic year is over. Students must vacate the campus.
And now, here's another student story about a little supermarket that could becoming a little supermarket that's closed. Hugh, over to you. Over the years, Crumley Supermarket has fed countless students all over 2 Point County. None more than Crumley's flagship store, right here in Duckworth. Sadly, no amount of coupons or discount fish is going to save the store this time. No, after failing their third inspection of the week, this much-visited market will be closing its doors. As I sit here, riding the mechanical pig one last time, I can't help but think of all of the good times. The end of an era, that's for sure.
If you don't know where your class is it really worth going? hear this, please drink some water. Thank you. If it's not on your CV, it didn't happen. Not to me.
At Milkmaid, we use real dairy-style ingredients in our milkshakes for a level of consistency that just isn't natural. Meaning that every glass of Milkmaid is eerily similar to the last.
Wow!
Milkmaid. Now that's good milk. Not technically milk.
This is a test announcement, not a real announcement. Welcome to the start of a new year. I'll be your host. Hello. Students should check in before trying to learn. There's a fly in here.
before we end today's show, some of you have got in touch to ask how you can have really cool, original opinions like mine. So I'm going to tell you about a little technique that I like to call playing devil's advocate. What you do is, you take a popular, universally agreed upon opinion and flip it on its head. Boom! You've got yourself a really cool original opinion. Take toilets. You might think they're great, necessary even. Whereas I think they're a little passé.
Frequently asked questions. No, I will not be your friend. University gives you a bright future and clouds it with debt. Frequently asked questions. Your food is cold because the oven wasn't on. Students are reminded that I'm not your mum. Frequently asked questions. No, you can't have an extension. Maintenance announcement. Plants need water, remember? Staff are reminded to be inspirational.
It's the Harrison Wolf Show, baby. All right. Hey, this is Harrison Wolf, and thanks for stopping by. Today, we're going to be talking about a subject that's near and dear to my heart. The one thing you need when things are getting hairy. You hear something funny outside, or you're just hiding from the milkman. That's right. Today, we're talking panic rooms.
Security breach. Please change your passwords. Sorry. Education is non-refundable. Students are reminded that there's no such thing as free time.
Every good panic room starts with its supplies. Now some things are a must. Your crackers, your flashlight, your bottles of water, sure. But don't be afraid to show some personality. I, for one, keep a bowling ball in my panic room. I find it's the perfect place to practice.
The more you revise, the longer you've been revising. No unauthorized talking on campus. Thank you. Students are reminded to have the time of their lives.
Now, when it comes to surveillance, I'm strictly an anti-camera kind of guy. My philosophy is, I can't see you, you can't see me. So I like to keep things as low-tech as possible. I'd recommend strategically placed strings attached to some bells. You hear a ring, and you got yourself a visitor. Of course, sometimes it's the doorbell, and you really do have a visitor. If you want to get real crafty, just leave a load of rakes in your yard. No one suspects a rake in the yard, but you'll hear the sucker when he steps on one and takes a handle to the chops. Ouch.
Students are reminded that this is the fun part. Staff are reminded that dogs don't eat homework. It's almost the end of the academic year, in case you hadn't noticed.
You want to make stacks of easy cash, but reading about stocks is really boring. Invest in Bunglecoin. It's like other fictional cryptocurrency, but with 40% less saturated fat.
The academic year is starting soon. Was there anything we wanted to do? The academic year is now over. End of year results are now available. No unauthorized panicking. Students are reminded that some grades are personal. Unattended sandwiches will be eaten by me. The campus has opened a new building. Good for us.
Here's a question from Gyro in Duckworth. What are some of your favorite panic room pastimes? And thanks for the question, Gyro. I find that you can have a lot of fun with a little bouncy ball. In fact, one time I was bouncing, lost track of time, and it turned out that I'd been doing it for 16 hours. I went cold turkey after that, meaning I was hungry, and took a turkey sandwich out the freezer. Turkey.
Students are asked not to ask questions. Monitor needed in library.
Here's one for the more advanced panickers amongst you. It's important to be one step ahead. What do I mean by that? Well, you could do a number of things. You could have a trapdoor for sneaky getaway. You could install your panic room in a hall of mirrors. Or you could hang a sign on the door that says, "Out for lunch." They won't know what's hidden.
Skills are non-transferable. Students for general knowledge. It's not your year, it's just another year. You students should make a good first impression. No pressure. Visitors should be checked in and then removed immediately.
Let's take one more question before we wrap up here. Here's a good one. What type of wood would you recommend for the furniture in your panic room? Well, you can't go wrong with oak. That baby's a classic for a reason. Me, personally, I like a maple. It's heavy, and I like the added water resistance. Plus, it's fun to say. Maple.
Frequently asked questions. No, I will not be your friend. Tuition fees may be spent on administrative bonuses. Visitors should be checked in and then removed immediately.
Before you all head off to build your brand new panic rooms, don't forget to take a radio so Harrison can come along for the ride. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Harrison, can't they track me with the frequencies? And the answer is probably yes, but the Harrison Wolf Show is worth the risk. Happy hiding, listeners.
Students are reminded to set reminders. Students are reminded to find themselves. Students are reminded that I'm not your mum. Students are reminded to have the time of their lives. Students are reminded to be in 2 places at once.
you're listening to Campus Radio. I'm DJ Shorts, bringing you small batch homegrown radio with the pulp left in. Here's a musical palate cleanser that's sure to wash that pre-digested rubbish out of your ears. See if you can taste the difference.
Students are reminded that some grades are personal. Security breach. Please change your passwords. Sorry. This is a test announcement, not a real announcement.
Talk about an actor by the name of Roderick Cushion. Now, if you listen to popular thinking, you'd think, now there's a guy who's given up on his craft. There's an actor that would literally do anything for the next paycheck. And sure, I can see how you could think that. But you'd be completely missing the point. When Roderick Cushion decides to do yet another truly terrible film, he's making a statement about the nature of commercial cinema. Thank you, Mr. Cushion, for fighting the good fight.
Students are reminded that this is the fun part. University gives you a bright future and clouds it with debt. revise, the longer you've been revising.
Got a music review for you now. Over to Maggie, who's been to see the Boogie Nights.
That's right, I went to the Boogie Nights concert and it was great. The lights, the dancing and so on. If you like music, this really was music. I do think the campus could do with some better signage, though. I mean, I almost missed the concert, and this segment could have been a real train wreck if that had happened.
Janitor needed in dormitory. We're sorry for the litter that you... Oh, sorry, that's mine. Frequently asked questions. No, I'm not seeing your frog. Students are reminded that you came here on purpose.
New to the Crumley Student range, Instant Casserole. You want a warming meal, but you've not got all day.
Come on!
With Crumley's new Instant Casserole range, you just add water, and you've got something a lot like casserole. Just like Mama used to make.
There's a fly in here. The end of the academic year, in case you hadn't noticed. No unauthorized talking on campus. Thank you. The summer break would be a convenient time for construction. The end of year results have been released. Luck won't help you now. Over. Students must vacate the campus.
You know, I think the Orb Foundation gets far too much criticism. Sure, there's some dodgy information about how they're funded, and they do talk a lot about the Orb being the perfect shape. I can't be the only one sick of those adverts. But really, what are they, if not a group of people coming together to appreciate some beauty in this world? Personally, I think we could all learn a little something from them.
Unattended sandwiches will be eaten by me. dogs don't eat homework. The academic year is starting. I hope you have a pencil. Welcome, new students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us. Plagiarism is not a belief system. Announcement. Hitting the box doesn't mean what you think it means.
You're listening to
Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio.
Good day, I'm Ricky Hawthorne, and welcome to the show. On my drive in this morning, I was speedily overtaken by a car full of whippersnappers, pipsqueaks, and good-for-somethings. I couldn't tell what they were chanting, but it certainly did look like fun. So today, only partly because I've got nothing else planned, I thought I'd pay tribute to those young people by telling you a few stories from my glory days.
Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you. look stupid. If you hear this, please drink some water. Thank you.
What was then called 2 Point University. I think it's still called that now, but it was then too. Right, top draw anecdotes coming up, but first, here's another toe tapper.
If you don't know where your class is it really worth going? Students are reminded that there's no such thing as free time. Frequently asked questions. Yes, we are testing you.
When it comes to food, sometimes simple living is happy living. Don't get me wrong, I'm incredibly lucky to eat a wide range of things nowadays, from chicken sandwiches to pastas of seemingly infinite shapes and lengths. But I'll never forget that time at university when I lived off an enormous block of cheddar. I was said to be mostly cheese by the end of term, and, you know, I think they were right.
Maintenance announcement. Plants need water, remember? The administrator is reminded to stay hydrated.